How would a title and maybe an MVP affect Curry's legacy?
I mean, it just continues to build on an already all-time great legacy. I mean, you look at it, there aren't really people arguing anymore that Curry isn't a top 5 point guard of all time like they were a few years ago. Curry's regarded as top 5, maybe even top
I put him at 2.
Top 2 point guard of all time. He's pretty cemented right now. The biggest thing now is he's just trying to chase Magic Johnson for number 1. I don't know if he gets there though. There's a lot in his way.
Here's what he needs to do to catch Magic: title and MVP this year. And so if he wins a title and MVP this year, and then stays Curry with all the All-Stars for 10 more years or whatever, but doesn't win another title, he's gonna be behind Magic. He needs 2 titles and MVPs, I think, to get close to Magic. I think there's some truth in what Draymond Green said about Kevin Durant being double-teamed far less than Steph Curry when they played, and that's why Durant has 2 finals MVPs. Steph Curry, in my mind, is no doubt ahead of Kevin Durant in the all-time ladder. And I think when you're looking at the point guard tier, you're exactly right, that he's second in that tier just behind Magic. So I want to talk about where he ranks all-time. Is he in the top 10? Oh, maybe with a win. Here's who I think we could both agree is definitely ahead of him. Stop me if I'm wrong. LeBron, Jordan, Kareem, Kobe, Magic, Bird, Bill Russell. That's the 7 that's for sure. I also would put Wilt, Shaq, Duncan ahead of him.
As of right now.
Right now. Even if Curry wins the title, I keep those 3 ahead of him.
It's going to be interesting because there's some people who completely forget about Tim Duncan. I feel like that's a crime. Tim Duncan, although he was a quiet star, dominated.
I'm actually going to change this. I would put Curry ahead of Duncan with a title. Here's why. Duncan had 5 titles, right? Yeah, Curry would have 4. It's only 1 less. Plus, Curry's 2-time MVP. I know Duncan won MVP too, but Curry, the way he scores is just something unlike Tim Duncan. And I know people like to say Tim Duncan's underrated, but if Steph Curry's coming at him with just 1 less title, with carrying a team like Duncan, did very similar resumes with all their MVPs and all their titles, but Curry's play, I think, is just more pulverizing than Duncan's. I would still have to put him right behind Shaq and right behind Wilt, but I think he gets right in that tier with the 3 big men who are kind of considered at the back end of the top 10.
Yeah.
Would you put him above Durant and Oscar Robertson?
Absolutely over Durant and Oscar Robertson. I mean, Durant's one of the most talented players of all time, but Curry's resume just speaks for itself. He carried, he really was, 20... I mean, other than LeBron, it was Curry and LeBron in 2010's basketball. Even though Durant, you could argue, was the second most talented player, it was...
He didn't show up.
It was Curry and LeBron.
Yeah. And I want to talk about Durant's legacy one more time. Right. I don't trust it still, and I honestly think the Warriors getting back there looks somewhat bad on Kevin Durant. Here's why. Let me make my comment. 2015, the Warriors win without Kevin Durant. It's okay, that was their first title. Maybe they were playing not as good of a lesser developed Cleveland Cavaliers team. 2016, they lose. Then they gain Kevin Durant and dominate for 2 years. People are starting to think they need Kevin Durant to win. He's just as important as Curry to that team because he wins Finals MVP too. And then to make it even worse, in 2019, they're looking like they're going to win that series until Durant goes down, and then they lose to Kawhi Leonard. Yes, Klay went down too, but I think that's the main reason. Mm-hmm. If you're looking at this team, Kevin Durant leaves, Klay Thompson recovers from 2 injuries. Yes, they did gain guys like Poole and Wiggins, but they lost Kevin Durant, and they're all older, and they still make the finals. Yes, the West week. If they win it here and Curry wins MVP, I think it kind of looks back as they might not have needed Durant as much. And I think Durant's, everyone's always saying he got 2 titles, that's all that matters. And I'm always saying, yeah, but he was on a team who could already win. I think this adds to it. I think he's probably going to regret going to Brooklyn with Kyrie. I think that's going to blow up soon. So I really think that not only this helps Curry's legacy, I think it hurts Durant too.
I think Durant's become kind of separated from the Warriors team. It's been, 2-3 years now. I think that people are just starting to, accept the fact that kind of was what it was. And, although a lot of people think Durant was a snake for the move, that's just, it's kind of just building into his legacy. I'm not saying people are forgetting about it. People are just kind of, not thinking about that.
I just discredit his titles, his MVPs, which is unfair, but I do it anyway.
I think everyone does, though, at the same time. What I'm trying to say is, it's almost becoming, a mindless thing. Oh, yeah, Durant has 2 titles, but, at what cost did they come at?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Severed every time his, NBA career to join the best team in the NBA when he was arguably a top 3 player in the NBA. Actually, not even.
Well, and I also want to ask you this. This is the battle between Kyrie and KD's old teams. Now you see them in Brooklyn struggling. Do you think this looks bad on either of them, both of them, maybe one worse than the other, or it's so far in the past, doesn't matter? Because I already said I think it looks bad on KD, and I think Kyrie too. no guard has fit there well. Kemba didn't fit there either, and I think honestly they weren't developed with Kyrie. Yes, they played better without Kyrie, but a lot has changed since then. Brad Stevens is gone. Jason Tatum has become
the team's run completely differently.
Yeah, Jason Tatum is now the second best player in the league. We could not have said that that long ago. So I think it hurts Kevin Durant, not so much Kyrie.
I don't think it looks great on either of them, but also I think that, like I said earlier, both players seem to be pretty detached from the situations at these points. But I'm curious to see what people have to say about it, because if I hear a compelling argument saying this looks bad about one guy or the other, I'd be very curious to say, and that could change my mind.
Yeah,
I feel like it really does go both ways.
I agree.
You could argue for it either way.
So there's a lot of big picture arguments that this finals brings up with the Warriors coming back. Thank you.